When Shinobi Strikers was first announced, I was legitimately hyped for the game. The idea of a team-based multiplayer Naruto game had my mind racing at all the crazy and creative things that could happen in matches with so many different jutsus to choose from for your created characters. However, after the first gameplay videos came out, those ideas fell apart very quickly. The game looked clunky, boring, and just straight up unappealing. Then soon after, people who got to play the closed beta and the game at different conventions, the things they had to say about the game were just not very good and nothing sounded great about this game. So I really had my doubts when it came to this game's release. Now, I'm not the kind of person who judges something before trying it, so I give every game a chance. And now we've got an opportunity to try the game in open beta, and I can say that most of my worries were pretty much correct. This game is just, it's not worth buying, man. But there is a couple things that I did enjoy about this game during the beta. So let's just dive straight into what I thought about my beta experience. First of all, is the lag is horrific. Like, I thought it was just my internet, but then when I went online and I saw other people playing the game or talking about the game on Twitter, they had the same issues with just skipping across the map. You're jumping and then you skip back, or you're jumping in air, you thought you landed and then you skip back and fall into a pitfall. The whole thing is a mess, and it's just so surprising to me how you make an online game but the online is terrible. How does that even make sense? And when it comes to the combat, well, to be honest, all you need to do is choose the range type and spam the fireball jutsu and you're good, because everything else doesn't really work well in this game, and it's partly because of the lag. You know, you won't want to go one-on-one with someone and have a fight with them because the game just glitches out. But also because the range type moves are just so much more effective if you're trying to keep on a point. You just hit them with the range attack, or you use I don't know what type it is, but the type that can use the sand shell thing, and you just stand on top of the point and use it and nobody can touch you. No, it's quite ridiculous how the gameplay folds out in terms of combat. It's not as deep as I thought. Maybe it's because there's not that many jutsus to choose from in the beta, but still, you know, it doesn't bode well for what could be in the final game. Maybe all the ranged moves in the final game will just be the best way to play the game. I don't know, but you know, I'm not going to be buying this game when it comes out after this beta. They're going to do another beta later, but I'll play it and try it. But I didn't even play this beta too much. I just played a few matches for one of the sessions and then didn't really continue. Now what I can say is, when the game doesn't lag, it can be fun at times. Like, there were matches where I had a team and everyone was working well, and you know, I chose the range type and I was doing all kinds of things, but you know, the game was working. I managed, when I was fighting people, there is a mechanic where you can block and then you can counter if you time it right, and so if you use that correctly in the middle of matches, it's not, you know, fighting close combat isn't horrible. It actually works, and you get the one up on enemies. But you know, those small, it was only, you know, a few moments where I was having fun, but the main experience was just, it was just not fun. So, you know, I don't know what to say about this game other than it needs a lot of help. It's a game that could very well be enjoyable, but it needs a lot, and I say a lot of work. And it's not just the lag, it's the overall combat, it's the jutsus. They need to find a way to balance those ranged moves as opposed to all the, you know, the physical attacking moves. And yeah, their Kirin is very OP. Sometimes you even get hit by Kirin even if you're not inside the circle of, you know, the blast radius. It's a mess. Now this game is a mess, and but it can be saved. But I don't know. It needs a delay. It really needs a delay. But for now, Naruto Shinobi Strikers is a no for me.